Today we want to talk about COUNTIF, SUMIF, and AVERAGEIF. Let's say that we have a data set of workers and their sales. And let's say that we want to know how many times we have Nick in this data set. So we actually want to count the number of times Nick is mentioned in the data set. So to get this, what we need to do is count the data set if Nick is mentioned. So this is what we need to do. We need to click count if. The first argument would be the range that we're actually measuring, so that'll be this. And the second would be the criteria. So for the criteria, we need to click Nick in quotation marks. We close the parentheses and we know that Nick is there 4 times. Now let's say that we want to see how much sales Nick gained in total. So in order to get this, we need to use SUMIF because we're interested in Nick's total sum of sales. So this is how we obtain this information. So we need to click equals, and then we need to click SUMIF, and then we need to highlight the range, which would be this. We need to state the criteria, which is again Nick. It's again shown in quotation marks. So we're going to click Nick, and we are not obligated, but in this case, this is necessary to know what is the sum range because we cannot sum Nick. Nick is only a name. It doesn't have a numerical value, but we need the total amount of sales. So what we're going to do, we're going to go here and we're going to highlight all the sum range. And we're going to close the parentheses, and we see that in 4 times, in total 4 times, we see that the total amount of sales is $73,000. Now let's say that we want to see how much sales Nick gained on average each time. Obviously, we can calculate the sum of total sales in the number of cases, but we can also use the average if, and we can see the structure is just the same as in the SUMIF. So basically, we can just copy the formula of the SUMIF and make sure it addresses the same cells. So we're going to put this back here and put this one back here. And instead of SUMIF, we just need to click AVERAGEIF, and this is the result. Another quick point about SUMIF, let's say that we want to find the total sum of sales that are greater than $10,000. So what we need to do for this would be actually that. So let's go here and let's click again SUMIF, and let's set the range. Now in this case, since we don't care about the name of the salesperson, we need to highlight only the sales. So this is what we'll do. And the criteria would be in quotation mark greater than 10,000. And we close the quotation marks, we close the parentheses, and the final result would be 364 and 500. In this method, we actually get the total sum of sales, which are greater than 10,000 each. So in total, we have 392,500, but the total amount of sales which are greater than 10,000 individually would be, as stated here, 364,500. So this is how we do COUNTIF, SUMIF, and AVERAGEIF using Microsoft Excel.